So the next few messages we're going to do are about heaven. John chapter 14, verse 2 and 3. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. Jesus has gone to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I come again and receive you unto myself. He wants to be with you. And then where I am, you may be also. He desires your company. He desires you to spend time with him. Now I want to talk a bit about heaven, and I want to tell you what it's like. I have died 3 times. In fact, I've died a couple more times, but the other 2 times I never had any visions. But the first time I died, I went to America, and when I came back from America, I had been bitten by a tick, and I had Lyme disease. So they put me in hospital. They didn't know what it was here in South Africa. And my face, they put me on a saline drip, and my face swelled up like a football. And the next morning, when my wife came to fetch me, she said, "Oh, you look like a football." So we ran from the hospital, got into my truck, and we came home. Now, I went to bed feeling terrible, terribly sick. And my wife went off to the grocery store to buy groceries. Now, while I'm lying there, suddenly I'm in heaven. And I'm going to describe to you the events that happened to me over a couple of short TikTok so that you get it. Just stay with me and learn all about heaven. The first thing that happened is I walked into an auditorium where there were thousands of people singing. Now, I was there in the spirit. I mean, my body obviously was back at home, but my spirit was there. And every molecule of my spirit started to sing with the crowd. When they started to sing, I started to sing. Every part of me was singing. And I was rejoicing in Jesus. I then stood in a row of people, and the row, I didn't know why I was doing it, but I was standing at the back of the row, and the row moved forward, and eventually I got to Jesus himself, and he shook my hand. He said, "Andre, welcome to heaven. But you can't stay, you must go back. You can be here for a while. I'll give you an angel to take you around, but you must go back." I said, "That's fantastic. Okay, thank you, Lord." An angel came and stood next to me, and I said to him, "What's your name, sir?" He said, "My name is Ever Leo," meaning praise the lion. I thought, that's a strange name, but, he's an angel, I'm a human. He then picked me up. He put his arms around me, and he put me under his finger under my armpit, and off we flew, which was an amazing thing for me. I stared. I just thought, wow, this is fantastic. He said, "Where do you want to go?" I said, "I want to go and see my father. My dad on earth died when I was 3. Didn't know him at all. He came and he dropped me. My dad was standing next to a sand road, a gravel road. He dropped me next to him. I said, "Dad, it's me." He said, "Yes, Andre, I know you are here." What was interesting for me, it was instant recognition. Then I understood something. You look like the way you look. I look like the way I look because of our spirit. You see, the flesh folds itself around the spirit. So when you get to heaven, it's instant recognition. And he immediately recognized me, and I immediately recognized him. And he said, "Andre, what do you want?" I said, "Dad, I want to talk to you about your life. I know nothing about you." He said, "When you get it, come and talk to me." And he turned around and he walked away. I was totally confused. Now, if you had done that on earth, I would have screamed and shouted and ranted and raved for being so rude to me. But he walked away from me. And I suddenly realized there's no reaction in me. Why? Because there's no sin in heaven. There's no negativity in heaven. There's no disobedience in heaven. There's no iniquity in heaven. He walked away. I thought, "Dad, I'm going to get you next time I come." So in the next few TikToks, I'll tell you the rest of the story of heaven, but I want to tell you, Heaven is real. Heaven is very real.